Guys, if this is the first time you're joining me here on Real Videos, welcome. And if not, welcome. Everybody's welcome here at Real Videos. Guys, it's time, once again, let's check it out. Hey guys, and welcome back to Real Videos. If this is the first time you're joining me here on Real Videos, welcome. And if not, welcome. Everybody's welcome here at Real Videos. Guys, today we're going to do another one of our recipes. We're making enchiladas. These enchiladas will be slightly different to the normal enchiladas that you see, but trust me, these will be worth the wait. So guys, sit back and enjoy, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We're going to show you what the ingredients are, and then we'll progress from there to the cooking, okay? Alright, so sit back. So if you want to do this recipe, do get a pen and paper, pause it here, I'll wait quite happily. You ready? Alright, let's crack on. So, enchiladas, Tom style. So, we're going to start the most random start in the world. We need mince, 750 and a 500, okay, of mince. We have crushed chilies, because you know guys, if you've been watching my videos, you know I love my crushed chilies. We have garlic. We have 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. We have some tortilla wraps. We have Tom's little concoction of seasoning. Let me just pop this open if I don't spill it everywhere. Yeah, that's my little concoction of seasoning. Basically what's in there is a collection of hot paprika, chili, garlic, salt, pepper, yeah, and a tiny little bit of mustard seed. Just a tiny little bit, just to give it a bit of a bite. Okay, you see these? Now, these little pots I use, these are my go-to pots. Now, I make my little seasoning pots up and I get it all ready. So this, basically, I just take this out of the freezer and this is good to go. And yes, I keep them in the freezer. So, it's a little bit of a mum tip for you here. Seasoning is simple, effective. Don't need to over season, don't need to get creatively crazy with it. Just keep it simple and the flavor will come out. Yeah? Alright. So, where were we? So we also need cheese. Bit of cathedral. Can't go wrong with a bit of cathedral. I tend to find it has a nicer flavor than most cheeses. I also use salsa. Now these salsa packets, I can buy in bulk. This is, what is it? Old Paso salsa. Yeah? Now these ones you can buy in bulk, and to be honest they do the perfect job. We also need 1 red onion, and I also use a bit of Flora butter. Why? Flora margarine, whatever you want to call it. I generally find it works really well, Flora margarine. So, we've got all the ingredients. I hope you guys, by all means, if you want to stop, rewind, by all means, the ingredients will be there, okay? Alright, so, let's just cut to me getting everything ready. So, we've cut to this, and what we're going to do is I'm going to try to concentrate on this rather than the old mug, okay? So, 1 red onion. Now, my little gadget toy that I love a lot is this puppy. Yeah? This thing does the job. I mean, I could quite easily do it by hand, but why do it by hand when technology has given you an easy break? So I have a little thing here that sits on the top and it blends it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly take off the top. I'm going to take off the bottom. No, you're taking off the root. So I can stand it up easier, yeah? Cut through the middle. And you notice I didn't peel this. Yeah, at all. I've not peeled it at all. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take off the first layer. Alright, that's 1 layer done. Simple as that. Okay, there's the second layer. Now, sometimes you're going to run into a bit of discoloration around the edge here. Don't throw that onion away. I know a lot of people say, oh my god, just throw it away. Just literally take it away, remove it, you're good to go. So, we've got 2 onions, well, 1 onion in half. So basically I've just quartered it. That's going to bang into my little dicer here. Bang on the top. Make sure if you're going to use something like this, guys, just prep ahead of time. Get it all ready so you don't have to do any serious amount of work. This will lock onto the top. Okay, I'm going to bang this in here. Now, if you are watching this in the States, you might notice our electric ports are slightly different, but have no fear, the same principle applies. Okay, so I'm going to quickly mulch this up. But we don't do it too much, yeah? Because that's the worst thing. You want a bit of texture in there. Look at that. Boom. How quick was that? So, let me just quickly get rid of these onions. Let me just pause it. Right, so what we've done is we've moved the camera over slightly so you can get a wider range. We've got the frying pan here. We'll quickly douse this with a bit of oil. Okay, a little bit of oil. We get that on. Helps if I turn it on. Right. Now, when you guys are cooking, you must remember the standard rule, yeah? Hot pan, cold oil. It generally stops it sticking so much. So we've got our onion. Please be careful with this blade, guys. Here's my onion that I diced a few minutes ago. I'm going to bang that in there. Okay, that's the onion in. So just bang that out of the way. Just drop that in there. Move that out of the way there. And as you can see, you might not be able to see this stuff up here, but I generally have, let me just tilt the camera there for you. I generally have everything I need prepped, yeah? So we're going to cook this onion up for a second. Now, put that onion. I'm going to bang some chilies in there because I want to cook the chilies up as well. Bang some good garlic. Do you love my measuring system? This is how I measure. Right. Now, that's cooking up nicely. Put that garlic away so we don't spill anything. You get a bit of the old flora on a spoon. Nice size spoon. And the reason I put the butter in there, this is a little mom tip for you, from my dear mom. When you put butter in, touch a little oil in there, literally a touch. And what that'll do, that'll give you the flavour of butter, but it'll stop it burning so much. Yeah? Or burning at all even. And remember, this is not a race, guys. Okay? Just take your time. Break up the butter. Okay. Right, so we finished with the garlic, we finished with the chili. Put those away. Right, so the onions are almost browned off. Okay, I'm going to move this off the hill. Just turn that down a bit a second. Grab a quick plate. Right, so what I did is grab a bowl instead. Put these onions up of here. Okay, there's the onions. Not too worried about getting it all out. We have onions there. Now I'm going to do the mince. Okay. I'm just going to bang this, tease this apart, put it in there. Get this whole mince cooked up nicely. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are liking the videos. I have, like I said, these food videos. One of my, I do like the food videos, I must admit. I hope you guys like them as well. This is a little bit more mince than I like to cook in this frying pan, but it should do the job. So we're going to wait till that cooks off for a bit. So we're cooking this mince off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause it temporarily. I'm going to cook the mince off and we'll jump back to when this mince is just finishing off, so you guys don't have to wait for the arduous period of cooking this mince off, okay? I'll see you guys in a minute.
1 hour later.
So the mince is almost cooked off. Just give it a few more seconds here, just to get rid of some of that pink. But you don't want to overcook it. I mean, you don't want to get it dark. You just want to get it just so the pink just disappears. You'll find it's a little bit moist. It's a little bit there's a little bit more moisture in the meat. I find a lot of people, what they do is they'll overcook the mince. I'm going to grab a quick bowl here, just a giant size bowl. And what we're going to do, I usually do this over the sink or into a bigger receptacle, but I'm going to do it over here just to show you what I'm doing. Alright, so now I'm going to take this mince, and just turn this off for a second. Move this over so you can see. I'm going to take the mince, and do you see all that runoff? I'm going to put this in there. Right, so that's all the mince in. Again, don't wash the frying pan up. Alright, we're going to drain this off. I'll show you something. Okay, so that's the mince drained off. I'll leave it in the frying pan for a second. Look at that. That's the runoff. Because, to be quite honest, we're cooking real here, okay? In the real world, mince is mince. You know, as long as we keep it, everything by the book. Now I'm going to take that mince that we just cooked off, I'm going to dump it back into the bowl. So, I don't need this anymore, by the way. So now we've got a bowl of cooked mince, okay? I'm going to give it a quick shake to break any clumps up. Alright, so now that is going to rest. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, let it rest. So we've got the onion and we've got the mince. Okay, what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to quickly bang off the tomatoes. Now, a lot of people are shocked when I do this, but to be honest, there's no point in wasting a frying pan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of the old blue roll. You can't go wrong with a bit of blue roll. I'm going to give this little frying pan a wipe. There you go. And we're going to bung these tomatoes in there because, like I said, there's no point in dirt in another pan. And the only object is I just want to warm these up a bit. Here's one. There's two. All right. Gonna add this. See, I'm gonna add those packets that I got. I can buy in bulk. So I'm gonna add them. Excuse me while I get past the camera. Just gonna squeeze that in. Okay. That's easy enough. Right. Now we've got a little thing. It gives it a bit of a stir. Just going to mix the tomatoes in that tomato paste getting together. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. So as I was saying, we've got basically the tomato paste and the tomatoes in the container. We've got the cooked mince and we have the onions. Everything is done as you can. This is a very, very easy recipe. And don't forget about my special 5 spices. Don't forget about them. So what I'm going to do, a lot of people will put this seasoning in, the dry seasoning in, straight into the mix. The problem with doing that way is what will happen is the dry seasoning will clump. So generally, the easiest and quickest way of doing this is just get a touch of water, mix it into more of a liquid paste, and then when you mix it in with another liquid component, they will blend better. They will basically blend. So bear with me 1 second. Right, I'm going to go and use something very, very my shifty glass. Get rid of these tins. Okay, so we've got the dry seasoning. I'm going to bang it in the glass. You're going to get a touch of water. So I said, always try to find that when you're mixing dry products, dry seasoning with a wet product, I guarantee you the seasoning will come together naturally. So if you pre-wet the seasoning before you put it in, you'll find it will blend a lot better. It's as simple as that. I'm just going to pour that in. Give that a bit of a stir. Whoops, made a bit of a mess. So now that can simmer slowly, and we will go from there. Just give me a second, I'm going to quickly throw away these tins. Try to be clean when you're in it, before the partner kills you. Not forgetting about the onions. This is a bit, just bear in mind, this is another mum tip for you. Now, when you're doing mum tips, bearing in mind when to mix things together is better than not mixing things. I mean, right now the mince will go in last, but you also mentioned the components once they come together. It's when you put the components together which makes the difference. A lot of people will bag the onions in, leave the onions in the bottom of the pan, and then add all the ingredients on top. Problem with that, Will, is you'll get the onions, the textures will be two different types of textures. You're going to get the soft texture on top of the onion that sits on top of this in contact with the moisture, and then you're going to have the hard texture that sits against the frying pan base, and basically the two textures won't work together. So always take the onions out and put the onions back in again, okay? So we're going to put the onions back in. Right, so that's the onions in. Give that a bit of a stir. Right. So that's the onion mixed. Thing about this is that this is such a simple recipe. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with this recipe. You really can't. I'm just going to cook off some of this moisture out here. That's what I want to do generally, just cook some of the moisture out. Right, I think that's good enough. I think that's heated up nicely. I'm going to bring over the bowl that has mince in it. Now I'm going to add sauce back to the mince, okay? So give me 1 second. Right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix this tomato base back into the bowl for the mince. Okay, I'll turn it off for a second. Bring this closer to me. Just going to mix it together. Bit of mixy. Get this all up and running. Try not to throw it out of the bowl like I just did. You'll be surprised, you can do all this, and I'm going to use 3 dishes basically. I've used this big bowl to mix everything in. I use the frying pan to cook pretty much everything, and then I'm going to use the oven tray when I put these mixes together. When I put everything together, basically. Yeah. Right. So that's pretty much mixed now. Okay, simple as that. I'll just dry my hand, get rid of some of these bowls. I'm going to quickly wash my hands. But I like to let that sit in there before I add the cheese. Now, I've got some pre-grated cheese here. This is going to go into the mix. And then I've got some ungrated cheese which I'm about to grate, and that's going to go on top and around basically to make up the top. So, we'll quickly add the grated cheese. Now that's been sitting together. Okay, there's my grated cheese I had it pre-cut. I'm going to quickly cook that mix. I'll tell you what guys, I wish you could smell this. Right. Alright, so we've added some cheese now inside. Not very much. We don't, you know, the funny thing is you don't actually need a lot of cheese. I mean, a lot, don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people put a lot of cheese in it. Just move that over slightly. Oh, gotta get some scissors. Where are my scissors going? There they are. See, this is a good thing about doing this on the cup. And there's no pre-planning, there's no getting everything, you know, oh my god, I'll get this down like you see on those kitchens and things. My cheese, my grater, and I'm going to go ahead and just, it's going to sound crazy, but I'm actually going to grate it into this bowl here. This is the one I'm going to go in the oven, okay? But I'm going to grate it into there just a simple fact because, again, I don't need to worry about getting anything or, you know, using another plate or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and grate this and we'll come back in a minute, okay?
Have to come out and clean.
Right, so basically what I've done is I've basically just finished grating off this cheese. Don't need that anymore. That's one whole block of cheese gone. Put it over there, get that in the rubbish. Okay, so we've now got all that cheese. Now what I'm going to do using this, I'm going to fold some of this cheese in there. But before I do that, what I want to do, actually, to be honest, is I'm going to go ahead and reuse my cutting thing, because remember that had the onion in it. I'm going to take a good handful at the top, so you're going to put that in there, out of the way. But you'll see why in a minute, alright? So, I'm now going to take this cheese I've just grated, and I'm going to fold that in to this mix. If you like cheese, guys, this is definitely the recipe for you. I can't say that enough. If you like cheese, definitely the recipe for you. I'm going to go ahead and fold all this cheese that I've got left, except for the one that I pulled to the side. Okay. Just folding that in there. Okay. Just finish off this cheese. Okay, that's the last of the cheese. Now we'll fold this last bit in. Okay, that's it, pretty much done. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to get a quick drink of my Coke. And 1 spoon. Alright. Get the wraps here. Don't forget the wraps. These are the important parts. What I'm going to do quickly is I'm just going to quickly bang these in the microwave for a second. What I generally do is when I'm warming the wraps up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a clean tea towel. So we have a clean tea towel here, and then I'm going to take the wraps, put them on top of the tea towel, close it over the top, and then I'm going to fold it underneath. So basically using the tea towel, I've wrapped up the wraps. Stick that in the microwave for a second. Quick start. Let's say 30 seconds. Make sure you give this another stir while we'll wait for the microwave. Oh, that's nice. All right. Okay, that's your 30 seconds out. And I'm going to take that and wrap them. It'll be nicely warm. Now, the reason I do that, the towel bit, is because it starts drying out and cracking. So now we've got these. Basically, we've got our tray. And just tilt this up a bit slightly. Okay. So now we're going to make them. We're going to take this little wrap. Now, when building these wraps, a lot of people will put the wrap in the middle and generally try to fold it around. It doesn't work that well. I tend to find if you build it slightly to one side, so I'm going to take a spoon, bang it in there, yeah, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to wrap that around itself. Now, then we always take the wrapped side, the folded side, and I'm going to bang it in there like this. It's as simple as that, okay? So we take another one, bang it in, and fold it around, and then blong it in. So basically we'll continue to do this. Again. Okay, so we're gonna, and you'll find that because I warmed these up a bit, they bend so much easier and they're so much easier to work with than is if you don't microwave them. You don't have to microwave them, I mean whatever way you want to warm them up, but I highly recommend that you warm them up. More now. A bit shallow, that was a bit shallow, wasn't it? Okay. And you might notice I've got far more stuff than I'll need to fill these wraps up. Okay. Look at that, isn't that looking nice? I'll show you a quick look in a minute. Just do the last one here. Right. So this is what it's looking like so far. Jobs are good. So then, don't need that last one. I'm going to take this stuff now and I'm literally going to put it over the top. Boom, 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 boom. Do this. Spread out a bit. Now a lot of people don't do this, what I'm doing now. But I'm a firm believer in it's better to have more than you need than not enough. So I'm going to quickly continue to build this up. Just bring it up there, get this in there. That one in that corner. Okay. And then this one in this corner. Whoop, a little bit overspill there. Right. That goes away. Now I'm going to pull this a little bit closer so you guys can see easier. Okay. Now, do you remember that cheese that I put to one side? This is what that's for. And basically now we're going to sprinkle this cheese over the top. Quite, you know. Just bear in mind, don't forget how much cheese you have. Don't want to clump it all in one to go. So what I generally do is spread it all out. Try to get every bit in there, just so we have a nice little crust, as it were. Okay. That, guys, is pretty much it done. I'm going to go ahead and bang it in the oven, and we'll be back in a second, and I'll show you guys, well, I'm going to cook it, and then we're going to come back, and you guys get to see what it looks like finished, okay? Guys? I hope you guys have enjoyed that. We will be back shortly with it cooked, and I get to finally get something to eat because I've been at work all day, and I've just done this video just for you guys. So, enchiladas, Tom. Let's see what it looks like at the end.
1 hour later.
So we're gonna go ahead and take it out of the oven, and we're gonna go from there. So, let's see what this puppy looks like. Let's see this puppy. Oh yeah. Woo, doggy. Right. Check this out, boys. Nice, crispy looking the business. Come here, come check this out. Oh yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay. What I generally do is just get a knife here because I'm not that hungry today. So I'm going to cut right down the middle. Oh, you see this cheek? Oh my god, that smells so good. Right. Okay. Whoops, daisy, bit of spillage there. Right. Oh, hot. Okay. That's pretty much it done. So, guys, just want to say, enchiladas sorted. Now, you do know I'm gonna burn my mouth because this has just literally just come out of the oven. Can't blow it like a mofo. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh man. Sorry, I need a moment here. Oh, that's nice. Guys, you know you want some. Right. Excuse me. Right, guys, if you want to see more content like this, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I can be found on Facebook, Twitter, I can be found on Mixer, I can be found on Facebook and even Instagram. I'm pretty much everywhere. So guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any suggestions for future videos, leave it in the comments down below. Alright guys, I'll see you guys next time and stay awesome.